for most of us who are in that situation, whether it be an act of God or even an automobile accident, it's usually a one-time event. And we don't know. We really don't know what to do. On the other hand, there are those people, friends, family, and loved ones that say, look, if you're involved in an automobile accident, fend as if you got a neck injury. See, let them call the ambulance and let them come and pick you up and take you to the hospital. You never know. Maybe you don't have a neck injury, but it's better to fend that you do, and because later on you might have.
Yeah, it's one of the Achilles heels of the personal injury case. The first thing the defense lawyer or the insurance company says is, did you go from the accident scene to the hospital? If the answer is no, the inference is that you couldn't possibly be hurt. If you don't go to the emergency room that night, they say, well, gee whiz, you couldn't have been hurt that severely, otherwise you would have sought emergency care. If you go to your treating doctor the next day and say, wow, I went home, I iced, I took some anti-inflammatories, I took some pain relievers, but gosh darn it, I've got some pain in my neck or my back or wherever it is, and now it's time to get some x-rays, and maybe it's time for an MRI and some conservative care. I'm not a big fan of encouraging people to run up their emergency room bill and the ambulance bill, because in this economy, getting seen in the emergency room if you don't have insurance is about a $1,500 pill, and the ambulance ride over is about $500. Who's got $1,500 just to try and appease an insurance company that you went right from the scene? I don't like that. One of the things, Gary, you mentioned auto crashes, and let's spend a minute on property damage. What happens if you get in a car accident? I always tell people, you've got a cell phone. 99% of us have a camera on our cell phone. The minute you get out of your car, you ought to be taking pictures of where you are in relation to the light, if it's a stop sign, if it's still green, the damage. Before anybody moves anybody's cars, you ought to be taking as many pictures as you can. I don't care what the rest of the world thinks of me when they change their story and you hit me instead of I hit you, or it wasn't my fault because I was over 6 inches in this lane and you crossed over. Stories change, and I always like to document the injury or the collision with the camera. Second, what are we going to do to get our car fixed? We need an estimate to get that car repaired properly. Their goal, the carrier's goal, is to pay as little as possible. My goal when my car gets hurt is I want genuine manufactured parts. I don't want some refurbished fender that they picked out of a junkyard. If I've got a car I like enough to drive, I think I ought to get genuine replacement parts. I'd also like to go to my own trusted body shop. I don't know about you, Gary. I got 2 kids. I've been to the body shop 3 times this year with my son's pickup truck. I know them. I know they do good work. They've earned my confidence. And I don't know if I'm comfortable going through the, quote, drive-through friendly claim center. I'm not comfortable. And you don't have to. You can go to your own body shop if they've earned your respect. So what if you have to have your car towed? One of the things I suggest to people is, hey, it's a good idea to have your body shop address on your cell phone. Why? Otherwise, you're going to get towed to a storage lot where that tow yard is, and they're going to charge you $100 a day till you get that car shipped back to your body shop. So go right to the body shop.